Hello everyone, this is Yuli Han speaking. You're not going to be able to see my face in this one because this is just a screen record. But I wanted to go ahead and make a video today to go ahead and talk about why I went ahead and got suspended from this group. Now, for anyone who knows me, you know that I know Vietnamese labor law amongst other Vietnamese laws like the back of my hand. And this group in particular has had a lot of problems with me because of the fact that they're uh, English centers and headhunters. They keep posting ads which are against Vietnamese labor law. Now, the problem is the fact that when you post something that's against the labor laws, normally something's supposed to be done about it, but not in this case. See, every single time an English center or a headhunter posts a job that is against the labor law, such as, Filipino only, native EU only, stuff like that, nothing happens. But when I go ahead and post and say, hey, this ad breaks the labor laws, you shouldn't be doing that, I get a muzzle instead. So the first muzzle I got was on the 5th of February to the 12th of February, which is for a whole week. And this is what you're seeing here, this particular group right here. Then what happened was I went ahead and waited until exactly 11:26 a.m. today, Indochina time, because I'm in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, to go ahead and post a nice long letter which explains myself and my position. This is what happened. So tap this, and that. That's what happened. I got kicked out of the group. Now, why would I get kicked out of the group? That's simple. See, I went ahead and got kicked out of the group. Manage your content. Look right here. Removed. That means they went ahead and deleted it. Now, I went ahead and cited both admins in this note, which was since deleted 4 hours ago. All right. Now, I'm going to go ahead and read it out loud for both of the admins. Now that the muzzle has come off, I will explain my position. Everyone who knows me, everyone knows what I do because of all the time I have on my hands. Everyone knows that requesting female only is illegal under the labor laws via discrimination based on gender. Excuse me. Everyone knows that requesting white skin only, native English speaker or European/Filipino only is illegal under the labor laws via discrimination based on race. Passport discrimination is illegal under the labor laws via discrimination based on nationality or national origin. Everyone knows that requesting under 40 only, for example, is illegal under the labor laws via discrimination based on age. I could go on, but you all know the point, or you all get the point. So why then is it freely allowed on this page? Well, was I muzzled for a week for doing the right thing? Are the admins here receiving a kickback from these centers and headhunters? Or are the admins so illiterate that they cannot read the thousands of posts daily that I make stating that such and such posts are illegal under the labor laws for discrimination with the correctly cited laws? Many legal and legitimate workers here in Vietnam cannot find work because of the illegal discrimination. I'm tired of seeing it myself every single day. The fact of the matter is simple. It is illegal to discriminate. Period. Preference of customers or clients means nothing if it contradicts labor law. If someone is qualified under Vietnamese law to teach English, no matter what their skin color, age, marital status, race, national origin, etc., you must hire them without discrimination. The only reason why it's not enforced is because nobody fights it. I see thousands upon thousands of illegal discriminatory job postings every day, and it must stop. Everyone who's here legally and has a legal right to work here in Vietnam should easily be able to find work without being illegally discriminated against. Therefore, I challenge the admins of this page to go after the centers and headhunters instead. Go put a muzzle on them for a week every single time they post an illegal discriminatory job posting and see things change for the better. In closing, let's keep Vietnam beautiful and strong by hiring all legal and legitimate workers without discrimination. Han Yun Lee, future English Center conglomerate owner, legal expert, labor relations representative. P.S. Correctly cited laws. From the 2019 Labor Code of Vietnam, number 45/2019/QH14. Article 151, requirements for foreigners to work in Vietnam. Foreign employees working in Vietnam shall comply with and shall be protected by the labor law of Vietnam unless otherwise prescribed by treaties to which Vietnam is a signatory. And then there's the Vietnamese equivalent right there. Forbidden actions, labor discrimination. Article 3, well, Article 8 on that one. Article 3, definitions. For the purposes of this document, the terms below shall be construed as follows. Number 8, labor discrimination means discrimination on the grounds of race, skin color, nationality, ethnicity, gender, age, pregnancy, marital status. Religion, opinion, disability, family responsibility, HIV infection, establishment of or participation in trade union or internal employee organization in a manner that affects the equality of opportunity of employment. Positive discrimination on the grounds of professional requirements, the sustainment and employment protection for vulnerable employees will not be considered discrimination. Note, positive discrimination, for example, means requiring a master's degree instead of a bachelor's degree. And vulnerable employees means any employees under 18 years old, female employees, and elderly employees. And, Vietnamese equivalent for all that. So, if you didn't catch all that earlier, there's a Vietnamese equivalent and everything else. And then I posted these memes. The first meme is of Peter Griffin. And there is a, graph there. First half says native English speaker, second half says non-native English speaker. This meme illustrates perfectly how Vietnamese English centers here in Vietnam judges who is a native English speaker and who isn't, based solely off the skin color. Now, here's the thing. With that goes the second meme. No one is hated more than he who speaks the truth, which is true because I am citing the labor law and I'm citing it correctly. Third meme. The same people that are angrily demanding that you tolerate and accept their way of life hate you passionately for yours. Now, the reason why I put the third meme on there is simple. See, illegal teachers and illegal workers here in Vietnam think they have the right to work and earn money in Vietnam even though they're illegal. And they don't. They do not have the right to earn money here in Vietnam. But the problem is the fact that instead of going after the illegal workers that don't have the proper experience, that don't have the proper documents, instead of going after the English centers that, post these illegal discriminatory job posts, instead they come after me. So that's the reason why I got the first, 7-day ban, and that's the reason why I got an additional ban and got kicked out of this group. Now see at the very bottom, there's a picture of me. Yeah, it's Photoshopped, but that's me. You temporarily can't post or comment in this group until February 18th, 2025. But then when you exit this area, it says here, the admin is temporarily turned off your ability to post or comment in the group until February 19th, 2025 at 12:13 p.m., which I do intend to go back into this group afterwards. Now, see, what happened was the fact that I went ahead and messaged the admins to try and go ahead and get an explanation as to what's going on. And instead of talking to me, instead of, doing all this stuff, yeah, this is my, messenger, but I wanted to show this. So this is one of the messengers right here. Now, notice, that means I'm blocked. The other one, where is the other one? Well, there's one. And then this one, this is the other admin. Now see, watch what happens when I do this. See, that right there means that I've been blocked from messaging them. So the admins of this page, instead of trying to listen to me, instead of trying to, understand my point of view, instead of trying to rectify the situation, they decided to go ahead and essentially block and ban me instead. But I asked why. Why am I banned? Why am I blocked from posting? It's like I asked earlier, are they receiving kickbacks? Are they receiving bribes from the English centers and headhunters to post illegal discriminatory job postings? Or are they illiterate and they can't read the fact that the English centers and headhunters are deliberately breaking labor laws and they just simply refuse to do anything about it? See, this group is one of the many, many reasons why I want to start my own English center. Because my English center, the English center idea that I have, essentially will end discrimination. Because my English center will not discriminate, period. The only thing my English center will look at is your qualifications, your teacher certificate, your bachelor's or master's degree, stuff like that, and your experience. Do you have at least 3 years of certified experience that can be verified through pay stubs, letters of recommendation, stuff like that? Those are the only two things that I would look at. I'm not going to look at race, skin color, age, nationality, marital status, or anything like that. The only thing I care about is whether or not a person can work if they're properly qualified to work or not. That's it. But groups like this on Facebook are the reason why my English Center here in Vietnam is so important. Because of the fact that English centers and headhunters, they don't like me because I know law. They know they're breaking the law, and instead of trying to, follow the law, they prefer to break it instead. I think the reason why that my message is so toxic is because of the fact that I can prove to people beyond a reasonable doubt the fact that it's more profitable to obey the law than it is to circumvent it. Now, yeah, I know that, $4 million USD is a lot of money. I mean, obviously it is a lot of money. But when you want to fight corruption, especially corruption on this scale, a couple hundred USD is not going to do it. You have to have a lot of money. Because it all goes back to the other 3 videos that I sent under this, saga, I guess you'd call it, is the fact that my center will go ahead and hire only people that are qualified to teach in Vietnam. My center will not hire any illegal teachers. My center will pay a fair wage to all employees, whether they're the cleaning lady, office staff, security guard, personal assistants. Everybody's going to get a fair wage. And with me personally as the owner of the center, my salary will be equal to that of the highest paid employee, which is obviously going to be an English teacher. I'm going to get the same salary they do. And anything that is extra after all salary is paid, after all bills are paid, after everything is paid, anything that's extra gets reinvested back into the company so that the company gets better equipment, more salary, bonuses, stuff like that. See, I believe that with the severe kickback, or not kickback, that's not the word I want to use in this instance, the pushback that I'm getting tells me that my idea is the correct one. It's just that illegal teachers, illegal centers, and those that support them, like this page, because this page obviously supports illegal teachers, illegal centers, and just doesn't care. They know what the law is, but as you saw, they deleted my post, which correctly cites the law. Now, I already went ahead and submitted a review to Facebook for harassment, because I believe this is harassment, because I did nothing wrong. I broke no laws. I explained myself correctly, as you saw, and I went and explained why this page is so bad. But the plain and simple fact is the fact that they don't care. They would rather silence me instead of going after the actual lawbreakers. So I decided to put them on blast. So if you're an admin of this page, well, shame on you. That's all I got to say. I'm trying to not use foul language so I can go ahead and keep this as public as possible. Shame on you, because of the fact that the only people you're hurting are the students themselves. Because illegal teachers, 9 times out of 10, have the exact same English as the students they teach, which is the reason why English skills among Vietnamese students have gone down so much over the years, because of the fact that the English of the illegal teachers gets worse and worse and worse. And actual qualified teachers under Vietnamese law is getting a lot harder to find. See, these illegal English centers keep popping up like dirty flowers all over Vietnam. And the reason why is because there's a thriving industry for it. And my center seeks to put a stop to that. People don't like it when you threaten their ill-gotten gains. Now, I've not threatened anyone, not with physical violence, not with nothing like that. What I'm talking about threatening in this instance is I'm presenting something that's better, something that is cheaper, something that's law-abiding, and they don't like that. Just this year alone, I've received over 3 death threats or threats of physical harm simply because of the fact that I remind people that you're not legal to teach in Vietnam. You don't have 3 years of certified experience. You don't have, if they're a non-native speaker from Russia, South Africa, or Eastern Europe, that you don't have the C1 certificate. You don't have 3 years of experience. English centers and headhunters, I tell them, look, you're not allowed to discriminate. You have to hire anyone who qualifies. That means you're not allowed to ask for Filipino only. You're not allowed to ask for native/EU only, because of the fact that, see, when they ask for native EU only, what they mean is we want white skin only. That's the reason why I went and posted the meme of Peter Griffin earlier, because when they say they want native speaker, what they're really saying is that they want white skin only. They're just too ashamed to admit it. Then after that, you go ahead and have the other ones where you have Filipino only. Reason why they want to hire Filipinos is because of the fact that some of them have really good English skills, even though they're not native speakers. So they want the really good English skills. They want native speaker quality, but they want to pay non-native speaker rate. That's the reason why I see a lot of advertisements for Filipino only that talk about like 800 USD a month, which is super, super, super low here in Vietnam. I've seen anywhere from like 800 USD to maybe 1200 USD max, because they want native speaker quality, but they want to pay non-native speaker rates. And that's not right either. The native EU, they want white skin only, and not only that, but when they're like, oh, well, you have to have 6 months of experience or 1 year of experience. No, law states you have to have 3 years of certified experience before you can go ahead and get a legal work permit here in Vietnam. And a lot of people just don't see that, and it really irritates me to no end. I don't know what this is. Oh, sweet. I can go ahead and put my face in there now. That's awesome. All right, so this is me, and I'm still talking. Now, the thing that I'm really irritated about more than anything else in the world is the fact that, it's like I said, instead of going after the people responsible and, putting a muzzle on them for a week, every single time they want to go ahead and post an illegal discriminatory job posting, they come after me and put a muzzle on me instead. That's the reason why my English center is so important. That's the reason why I have to have the investors to grant the 4 million USD that I need to get my English center off the ground. Because once I can do that, once I can get all 3 buildings established, the head office, campus 1, and then employee housing. Now, instead of offering free housing, I thought about it, and instead it's going to be more like a hostel, where they can go ahead and pay maybe $2 million a month. They get a bed, and it'd be in a room basically about the size of the one that I'm in. About 4 people to a room, pay about $2 million a month. It's cheap housing, and it will be gender segregated. So one room will be male only, another room will be female only, no fraternization, stuff like that. And that's to prevent problems. All right, but yeah. Now the other thing is the fact that my thoughts are starting to get a little scattered, and I got to go ahead and do a couple other things here later. But well, just to go ahead and circulate back, this group that I'm posting here, they broke the law. They know they broke the law, and instead of going after the people responsible, they decided to silence me instead, because I know my rights. I know law. I know several different laws. I know labor law. I know the different decrees and decisions that go with educational law. I know what they're doing isn't right, and I've tried to talk to them about it. I tried to message them about it, but instead of going after the people responsible, they decided to go ahead and come after me instead, and well, that's not right. So I got to go ahead and get ready, do a couple other things, and then after that I'm going to go ahead and, well, get ready for my evening, I guess. Not much to do except eat dinner and, relax, and that's it. I got nothing else to do. People are like, well, why don't you just go back to teaching English again? I don't want to. I don't want to, plain and simple. Just because I have white skin I come from the U.S., I speak English, and I'm qualified under Vietnamese law to teach English, that doesn't mean that that's the only job that I can do. I got over 7 years of customer service experience, over 7 years of cash handling experience, over 5 years of transportation experience. I got all this experience, and it means absolutely nothing. It means absolutely nothing. But it is what it is. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and post this and, well, see what happens, I guess. That's it. I mean, I've said everything that needs to be said, and I don't think anybody's really going to watch these videos all the way through because all of them are quite long. But I guess the final note, closing note, whatever you want to call it for this video is simple. I have a lot of time on my hands, that's true. And what I do is if I see something I don't like, I will go ahead and message if it's a person who's not legally qualified to teach English in Vietnam, if it's a person who has posted for a headhunter or English center that posts discriminatory job postings, and I see something that's not right, I will say something. Like I said, if they want EU native English speaker, what they really mean is that they want white skin only. If they want Filipino only, that means they want native speaker quality, but will pay bargain basement, salary. If they say things like, work permit TRC 50%, no, the English center is required to pay 100% of the work permit and TRC fees, which my center will do that. Anybody we hire that's a foreigner, we will pay for all documents. Work permit, TRC, health check, police check, certification, attestation of documents, all of that. We'll pay for everything, provided they can go ahead and show us a receipt from that business that's not handwritten, has to be printed, that states that, they paid this much and they will get reimbursed for it. The other thing is the fact that this page that I went ahead and told you about earlier, that they go ahead and state that, they don't talk to me at all. I asked the admin to go ahead and talk to me, explain to me, explain yourself, what's going on. And instead of doing so, they go ahead and block me instead, as you saw. Now, I'm going to actually show you real quick what happened. So we're going to go back into my messenger right here. Now, this is the same on both of them, but this is the only one that actually messaged me. So I went ahead and messaged the admin, this one right here. And I went ahead and messaged all of this. And I went ahead and messaged, because this is when I got banned the first time, February 5th. And I said, hello. So why are my posts reminding people to stop breaking labor laws not allowed, yet this garbage is? And if you look very closely, you can go ahead and see that it says hiring Filipino, which is illegal. Nobody is allowed to discriminate, period. They are not allowed to ask for Filipino only. By law, they must hire anyone of any nationality who properly qualifies to teach English here in Vietnam. And there is the appropriate laws that I cited, which are correct, that goes ahead and states that it is illegal to discriminate. Forbidden actions, labor discrimination, right there. You are not allowed to discriminate based on the grounds of race, skin color, nationality, ethnicity. So they are not allowed to ask for Filipino only. They must hire anyone who qualifies, not just Filipinos. And this is the same thing I mentioned earlier. And I said, instead of blocking me for several days, you should instead go after people who post discriminatory job advertisements in violation of Vietnamese labor laws and the underqualified, unqualified teachers attempting to get work that should go to legitimate English teachers instead. Get your priorities straight and punish those who truly deserve it. And then a few days later, I said, are you going to take my muzzle off and go after the true lawbreakers or not? I want to say, because I will keep reminding the lawbreakers that they are breaking the law every single time I see a post that does so. Illegal teachers have zero rights to work and make money in Vietnam. English centers must obey the labor laws and never discriminate against their potential current former employees. And then on Monday, I went ahead and asked, do you plan on taking my muzzle off soon, or are you making me wait for the time to expire before I'm allowed to post again? And then I went ahead and sent them a picture. I said, what did I do this time? Did you not like what I posted as it spoke the truth? At this point, I've done nothing wrong or illegal, yet I get a muzzle, while those who joyfully break the law are free to do so with no wrong words from you as the admins. Why is this? And then I said, I want you to speak with me, explain yourself and your actions, and they don't. Instead, they just block me, as you see here. So, yeah. When you try to stand up for what's right, you get blocked. That's the reason why, like I said earlier, my English Center is so important, because if I actually got the 4 million USD that I need to go and get my English Center up and running, that it will go ahead and change the face of English language education here in Vietnam for the better. Yeah, I know I've talked a lot, and I've got about, I don't know, maybe 4 minutes left, because I want to try and round this out at about half an hour. I can't really do a whole hour today because I got a bunch of other stuff I have to do. Because I got to go ahead and help prepare dinner and take my daughter for a walk and stuff like that. Now, me personally, I don't think I'm asking for much. You know, if I see an illegal post, I will say something about it. That's simple. If they don't like it, they shouldn't make illegal posts in the first place. Because the way I see it, I'm not using foul or abusive language. I'm simply stating fact. You're breaking the law, you need to stop. And instead of stopping, they put a muzzle on me and then kick me from the group. Now see, I'm not harassing anyone. I'm not breaking the law in any way, shape, or form, because I'm not the one that's breaking the law. It's the others that break the law. I'm simply responding to it. That's it. That's it. Now, my idea for my center, all I really need to do is, like I said, get 3 buildings, preferably all in District 12, and then after that, expand operations. Because once my English Center gets large enough, I actually plan on making it a true international school by expanding operations to Laos, Cambodia, Thailand, and Myanmar, all Southeast Asia. And if I can go ahead and expand even further than that, Indonesia too. I want to expand all over Southeast Asia. That's my goal. Well, I'm at about 28 minutes, so I'm going to start to wrap this up. I'm going to go ahead and just give you a final thought before I go ahead and get off the phone here. It's quite simple. My English Center is very, very badly needed here in Vietnam, because of the fact that Vietnam needs actual qualified teachers to teach English here in Vietnam. Vietnam does not need illegal teachers with bad English. Vietnam needs teachers who will uphold communist and socialist law while teaching at the same time, because it is required under the 2008 regulations for teachers' ethics. Because you are in a communist and socialist country, that means you must obey communist and socialist law. It's not that hard. So, if you don't feel like you can live under communism and socialism, don't come here. It's that simple. I'm an American. I've been here for over 6 years, and frankly, I feel safer here in Vietnam than I did back in the United States. So, to me, Vietnam has been very good to me, and I want to give back. I want to make Vietnam stronger. See, Ho Chi Minh, also known as Uncle Ho, has a dream of a strong, prosperous, and unified Vietnam. I want to continue that dream through proper education of Vietnamese students. That's the reason why, like I said, my English Center is so important. So, to cap this off, if you know anyone, anybody at all that might be interested in investing in my English Center concept, please reach out to me. Either my phone number, if you already have it, or my email address, tuxedoshadow@proton.me, all lowercase letters. Reach out to me, and let's make my dreams become a reality for all of Vietnam. This is Yun Lee Han reporting to you live from Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, saying have a good day, be safe, and I'll talk to you all again soon. Peace.